Hi guys, John with you again, and we're doing an unboxing. We're doing an unboxing today of the T-34 76 kit from Zvezda, kit number 3535, and it's in 1/35th scale. This is my entry into the Joe 34 group build. Anybody who doesn't know what the Joe 34 group build is by now, it's a build we're doing for Joe Bentley, Joe's scale models, or Joe's model kits, should I say, sorry. And it's just a kind of an appreciation for, Joe's lovely comments. He's helped a lot of us out in various ways, and he's just such a nice guy in our community. And we decided that a couple of us decided that we're going to do something nice for him. And it's been hosted by myself, Steve Mottram, and Simon Kemp. The three of us are getting together, and we're just doing this. Simon is doing a couple of the little the glue holders as a kind of I wouldn't call it a prize, but it's just as a kind of little token for people that are taking part in things like that. So, this is going to be my entry. It's the Zvezda T-34, so it's an unboxing, so let's unbox the bugger, shall we say. Anyway, right, there's the lid of the box. We don't need to see the lid of the box. We'll just have a quick look at everybody seems to do it. The whole kit is going to be 19 centimeters long when built. There's 113 parts. It gives colour callouts for Zvezda colour and Humbrol paints. On the side of the box, it just gives pictures of some other kits that Zvezda do. They do a ZIS 5V truck, the T-34 85, a KV2, and a BA10, and it gives the kit numbers for that. Some nice kits there from Zvezda. I do like my Zvezda kits, as you know, lads. I think they're great value. They're brilliant for both the starter and the intermediate. And when you go up to some of their even newer kits like the T90 there, they'll do perfect for the advanced people as well. So, what do we get inside in the box? Well, we get our sprues nicely packaged. 1, 2, 3 bags. There's a couple of sprues in one bag, and there's single sprues in the other. We get our tracks, our rubber DS tracks. They're in 2 pieces for each track. We get our instructions. We get a decal sheet, and we get the usual safety information and stuff like that. So we'll take this box and we'll put it aside just so we can put the pieces into. We'll start off this time with the decals. So I'll just put them down there, and we'll zoom down. Well, when I say zoom down, we'll move the camera down and we'll have a look at them. So, as you see, there's some nice decals there. Not really much you can say about them. They seem to be pretty thin and all that. So, I've had no problems with Zvezda decals. I've used them quite a lot, and they go down well. They do go down very, very good indeed. So that's the decals. Into the box so they don't get lost. And then we go on to the instructions. The instructions are in the usual. They're in Russian, in German, and a couple of other languages, including English. So they're printed in Russia, made in Russia. The whole kit is. And it starts off, it gives us a sprue map. A sprue, there's 2 B sprues. T sprue, which is the T sprue, which is our tracks, D sprue, and a C sprue, and our decals. We start off with the upper hull, assembly of the lower hull, sticking on our wheels because it gives us these little pieces at the side, or what we do beforehand, putting on our tracks. As you see, there's very, very little to this. Most of this will be in the painting and the detailing and all that kind of stuff. We've got the work of our turret. It's the one with the big single hatch at the top, and it's got a 76 millimeter shooty thing along the front of it. Putting on the tow hitches or tow rope, some spare tracks, boxes, things like that. The aerial tells us here about stretch sprue for the aerial. I don't use the stretch sprue. Crikey, my teeth won't work for me this morning. I don't use the stretch sprue. I use the bit of a guitar string for the aerials. I find them much more flexible. They'll take a bit of tweaking and swapping, and it gives us our decal options and color callouts. I like this one here because it's kind of a camouflage one. We got our plain green, and we got a camouflage one, a two-tone camouflage. It says it's 57 is brown, so it's a green and brown camouflage. I haven't decided whether I'm doing this in a winter camouflage, that camouflage, or just the plain green yet. I decide as I go along. It sounds weird in this one, but the model speaks to me. It tells me what it wants to, what to do to it. So we'll start off and we'll have a look at these. These are the tracks. As you see, that's the inside of the track. It's got nicely moulded. It's got the bit of detail on the inside of them. They're quite thin, but then again, the T-34 tracks were very thin. They were very thin and flimsy, and we've got our detail on the back of them as well, on the front of them, back and the front. So they're quite nice, and they do the job. I have used that type of decal or a track from Zvezda a number of times before. So we'll start off with our first bag of bits. I'll just slice the bag. Check out what we have inside, making sure that it comes loose. It's just a little grill there, piece that came loose. So we'll put it back on our yellow piece of card. It helps it to see the detail and things. There's our first sprue. Little bits of flash in here, but we're not going to be worried about there. Seem to be quite nice, nicely moulded, things like that. Look at the underside. Plastic is quite thin. And as I have mentioned in the past, the Zvezda plastic is very soft. So when you're cleaning it off, just be careful. And once you know about it, like everything else, once forewarned is forearmed. So when it comes to cleaning them off, just be that little bit careful with them. So there's our first sprue. It's the C sprue, and it's got our upper deck, engine cover grille, and it seems to be the little mantlet there for the front machine gun. So there's our first sprue. Go to our next sprue. We've got a loose piece in this baggie here, so we have to be careful with that so we don't lose it. And we'll see what we've got in this one. So I'll just pause that for a sec. Oh, back again. Sorry about that. Right, we've got our next sprue, which is the D sprue. There was one little piece loose in that, which was our front machine gun, and it's been bent as well. But I'm not too worried about that because I'll be cutting that piece that's bent off anyway and redoing the barrel. Little trick I learned from Jens, the non-prolific 135th model maker. He taught me something a long time ago about replacing that little gun there with the tip off the level contactor professional. Use the just slice off a piece of the metal tubing on the front of that and pop it in there, and you can make a nice little machine gun from that. So I will put that over here so I won't lose it. Right, let's have a look at the pieces and find out what we've got. Now, the mouldings on them looks actually quite nice, you know, considering what you get. You get the gun breech. I don't know what half these things are. I do know that that's the top of the turret. That's our hatch there. As you can see, there's no ejector pin marks visible on the outside of it, which is brilliant. Nothing to fill there. We've got our turret itself. It's in two pieces. The top of it is in two pieces, should I say? And we've got boxes or something for the back there somewhere, and some little pieces. When it comes to a bit of texture on them, there's a bit of rolled steel texture there. So hopefully that will come out nice. It might take a nice little wash and sort of show up. But that's our sprue. Appears to be quite nice, and it's plastic. What you expect? I tell you, it's all down to the building and what it's like when it's finished. You know, it's pointless looking at things and saying, "Oh, that looks absolutely fabulous," and then you go to put it together and it doesn't fit. That can be a bit of a bugger, says you. So anyway, let's slice the bag here, and we give that a look for our next set of sprues. Right. As far as I know, there's two of these sprues. They're two identical sprues, so we'll just look at one of them. These are our wheels and a box, storage box for the top of it. Those wheels, they look very, very nicely moulded, and there's some nice little mouldings and details on them. There's our spare track bits for mounting around it, and our little tow hooks and things. Our tow rope, which again I won't be using. I'll be replacing that with my usual picture hanging wire, which works fabulous for that. We've our exhaust cover, nicely moulded, and again practically no flash. There's going to be some seam lines, we're going to get them anyway, but there's no big ejector pin marks and things, and no major defects at this stage, shall we say. We find out in due course as we're making it, shall we say, you know yourself. And there's our second one of those, another, like I said, two identical sprues. And finally, our last sprue, which contains the lower hull. Very, very plain on the bottom, no details or anything like that. But we're not going to be showing the bottom of it anyway. We've got some our Pioneer tools, and I think two shovels, that big saw that's on the most of the Russian tanks and things of the period, and we've got some storage boxes for the side. We'll just hang that over here now to the side that we are actually going to see. So we've got no ejector pin marks on the suspension area. Our suspension is all drilled and put into place for us, or should I say all moulded and put into place for it. You could do very carefully slice them off and reposition them. I have seen it being done before. I think Jens himself did a bit of that. And the back of the a little bit of a sink mark there, alright, where the plastic's kind of sunk in a bit, as you can see. But hopefully that won't show up too much, and we'll see, can we get away with it, shall we? We've got the driver's hatch, nicely detailed at the inside of it and the outside of it, and a couple of other little small pieces, shall we say. I haven't a faint idea what they are. We'll find out in due course, like I said, and we'll see how all this goes together. So stay tuned for the next update. The next update in this will obviously be a build update, and by that stage I should have, at least half the construction done, because you know me, I kind of fly through the construction side of it, give it a day or two, and then I fly through the finishing stage. But like I said, I haven't decided what way I'm going to finish this yet, so it might take a little bit longer. I will definitely be doing a little dior for this. I might get some figures for it, I don't know, but this would be my my Joe 34 group build entry. Anyway, so thank you lads, thank you for taking time out of your day to look at this and listen to John waffle on about rubbish. So there we go, T-34 from Zvezda, kit number 3535 and 1/35th scale, and it's my entry to Joe 34 group build. Thank you for watching lads. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Please give it a thumbs up and stay tuned for future updates. Catch you up in the next one lads. Stay safe.